Today, fourth graders, you're going to learn a game called Build It. In the back of your Unit 3 packet, you will find some directions for the game. It'll look like that, along with the game mat, which is something that you will need to assemble. You'll need either glue or tape and a pair of scissors. And then you will find some decimal cards. One sheet, the first one, has tenths and hundredths, and the second one has thousands. Mrs. Har made a bit of a mistake, so you're going to cut out the side that just has the tenths and hundredths, and that means the back side with the thousands will be messed up. My mistake, not a big deal, but we're going to go ahead and just use a light colored marker. I used a highlighter to cross off the side that has the thousands and just use the side with the tenths and hundredths. So you're going to cut those out. Once you have them cut out, you're going to notice that your playing mat is in two separate pieces. There is a side here that says tape or paste strip together. You're just going to go ahead and lay those two together and put a piece of tape on it. If you are playing with someone else, I only have included one mat. So the other partner can just go ahead and lay theirs down without a mat or create their own. You're going to shuffle up the cards. I have the side that has the thousands with the X in them facing up. My tenths and hundredths, shuffle that up already, are facing down. The way that this is played is you first of all need to lay out 5 decimal cards. If your partner is playing, he or she should also have the playing mat or a space in front of them available to lay down the decimals. So I take the first decimal, I must put the first decimal in the first place. You cannot arrange them any other way. The second one you draw, my partner draws one and puts it in the first spot. Second card goes in the second slot. My partner also grabs a second decimal. A third one has to go in the third place. The fourth one drawn in the fourth place. And the last one drawn goes closest to 1 in the last place. Your job is to order the decimals from smallest to largest, closest to 0, closest to the whole number 1. You may take one turn at a time. If for any reason you get confused, there are directions. So we'll create a discard pile to begin with. So when it is your turn, you may choose from the discard pile or the draw pile. It is up to you, either one. If I notice I have a very large decimal, 94 hundredths, that's closest to 0, so I need to get that one moved to begin with. 62 hundredths, 57 hundredths, 7 tenths, and 42 hundredths. None of these are really in order right now. These two would be. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and try to remove my 42 hundredths. So if it's my turn, I'm going to go ahead and take my 81 hundredths and know that 7 tenths is less than 8 tenths. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this and put my 42 hundredths in the discard pile. As of right now, these 3 are in order. 57 hundredths is less than 7 tenths, which is less than 81 hundredths. The 5 in the tenths place, the 7 in the tenths place, the 8. Now my partner goes. He or she can draw from the draw pile or the discard pile. So let's say my partner takes 8 tenths. He or she will play and then discard 1 decimal. Now it's my turn. I have 3 tenths. I'm going to go ahead and replace my 3 tenths with my 94 hundredths and put that in the discard pile. Now I have 3 tenths, 6 tenths, 5 tenths, 7 tenths, 8 tenths. The only one that is out of order is 62 hundredths. But I can't just switch them around. I can only move one at a time. So now my partner goes. Once my partner has discarded, look at 5 10s. I can go ahead and remove my 6200s. And now game 1 is over once the first person has all 5 decimals in order. So 3 tenths is less than 5 tenths. 5 tenths is less than 57 hundredths, because this would be 5 longs. This would be 5 longs plus 7 cubes. 57 hundredths is less than 7 tenths or 70 hundredths, which is less than 81 hundredths. That's game number 1. You are going to play a minimum of 3 games with someone else in your house. Your job is to teach them how to play. Go ahead if you need to and review the directions in your packet. Have fun playing.